Hello, and welcome to Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series here, brought to you by Part Box Accessories, along with Suicide Awareness, along with other official partners here on LCTV. Randy's Raps, along with Outlaw Gaming. Check him out on Facebook and YouTube. Tommy Cost, number 80 Machine. He's actually not going to be here tonight, but currently we're looking at qualifying here as the number 58 of Justin Wilson, who has been probably the most dominant driver since he has joined this league. He is currently trying to turn his quick lap. We're going to see exactly what kind of lap he's going to come across that finish line with. Looks like it's going to be pole for now, just ahead of Chase Berry. As I'm going to look at your top 5 here. So I hope you don't put it down the third fastest lap. He's still going to run his second lap here at Kentucky Speedway. As actually looks like he may have hit the wall right there. Indeed he did. So he's actually going to slow it down and park it and run that one and only lap. But welcome everybody here tonight. Race number 17 of the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. Live here from Kentucky under the lights for this 1.5 mile speedway. As we're going to try to look. Here's number 88 Roy Atchison, league owner. And number 88 Mountain Dew Baja Blast Machine. Trying to turn some laps here. Right him down the back straight away into turn 3. I have a bit of experience here. I did not, unfortunately, be able to create the quick lap that I have previous races. I did not have time to do that. However, I have raced here before, not in the Xfinity cars, but racing the Cup cars. And basically, the line you want to run is you want to kind of run either the second lane up or the third lane up. Those are really the only 2 lines you can actually successfully run in that are the fastest lanes. The bottom lane is not the best lane to be in because it's more flat. It's not quite, but it's banking, and it's a lot harder to run down there. So, as you ride on board here, Ryson looks like he has turned his lap, and he'll go up in, let's see here, 7th on the board. Basically, the line you want to run is you want to kind of, as we're seeing here, it looks like 61 here of Kenneth Sager. He'll roll off pit road here, as that looks like Jess Wilson will hold the pole right now over Jeffrey Meyer, who actually won last week at Daytona, and a photo finish between him and number 62 machine of Les Levy. And quick note on that, as you probably know if you watched last week's broadcast, we did have a bit of issues with the stream. I have not had those issues with the stream literally since March, so I had no idea what was going on. My computer had something wrong with it, and it's mostly fixed now. I tried doing my best to fix it. I apologize for that. It really sucks because it came back for the restart and then went out into turn 3. But basically, to sum it up for you guys, they were side by side, Justin Wilson and Jeffrey Meyer. And then Les Levy got a huge run into the outside of Jeffrey Meyer, but wasn't able to pass him. And Jeffrey Meyer won by 5/1000ths or 6/1000ths, I can't quite remember, of a second over Les Levy. So really close finish. Really sucks that we couldn't get it in the broadcast for you guys, but nevertheless, thank you for coming out here tonight and watching Kentucky here the week following, as this race will actually mark the halfway point through the season. So pretty crazy. Already halfway, as we have just 20 seconds left here in qualifying. I'm going to see if anybody else is going to turn a lap here. As you see, this 95 of Jordan Wright, 5 Omni Chevrolet Camaro. He's going to pull down. It looks like, and there's kind of Sager, or his brother Kirk Sager, and it looks like that's about it for on track. So now we're going to take a look as qualifying just now wraps. Start to take a look at your qualifying results. There they are right there. But of course, we're going to go onto the grid here anyhow, so it doesn't really matter a whole lot. As field's going to start gridding up here shortly. And as the cars starting grid up here, we'll take you through our LCTV starting grid here. Just Wilson pick up the pole here with 30.670. Not too far ahead of reigning race winner Jeffrey Meyer and the number 50 machine. He'll start outside pole. Row 2, number 13 machine of CJ Gates with outside his teammate Jim Ott and the number 3 machine. Row 3 here tonight, we have Chase Barry and number 11 machine picked up the win at Pocono. And what was the closest finish until last week. And kind of stage right in the number 61 machine. We'll start there in the first Ford, I believe, starting on the grid here. EJ Mitchell will start 7th in number 9 machine and holding on to his outside. Row 5, we have Atchison, league owner himself, at number 88. On the outside of him is the number 95 of Jordan Wright. That is it for your starting grid. It looks like that looks like it for your drivers who actually were racing. Kirk Stager, I guess, also out here tonight, did not show up on the thing, however. But as we are continuing now under this warm-up lap. And these guys getting ready here to get let loose at Kentucky Speedway. Should be a pretty good one. This is the old Kentucky. There is no new Kentucky on Iris, and they repaved it in 2016. So this is the repaved version, so it's kind of an old surface. Pretty slick, pretty fun. Should be a pretty good race. Space cars ready to make their left turn down onto pit lane. As there it goes. And now we wait just Wilson to take the green flag when we go. There it is. Green flag is out. We're underway here for race number 17 at Motorsports Xfinity Series here at Kentucky. Good jump by Justin Wilson. He'll actually clear Jeffrey Meyer on the start. Now CJ Gates looking to the inside of him, actually. Going into turn 1, gets a little bit tight, wash up the track. As I was talking about, that first lane is really hard to have speed on. It's now battle for third, continues between the 3 and the 13 machine as they kind of fan at the back straight away. Working their way into turn 3. Chase Berry trying to be a part of that battle as well right there at number 11 machine. So looks like CJ Gates will clear Jim Ott, and so they'll kind of go single file. Now back here, the 9 machine and the 38 Holton Young, they're battling out side by side for the 6th position. Looks like so the 38 has a good advantage over the 9. Looks like he'll probably clear him right here out of turn 2, and indeed he will. Now battle for second. CJ Gates trying to work on Jeffrey Meyer for this spot. We're going to see if he's able to get him right here. 3 and 4 gets a good run up next to the corner panel. I'll try to side draft him just a bit. Of course, just got to be careful not to chew up his tires too early on here, because that is very much a thing here at Kentucky. So he's actually going to get a good run. He's going to pass Jeffrey Meyer easily. Now works his way underneath Justin Wilson. He'll actually clear him too. Is now Jeffrey Meyer tries to pull the crossover on CJ Gates. He's working on that back straight away and into turn 3. 50 has the low line, and 13 has the high side. Gonna get the momentum off the corner. Is he able to stay with the 50? Looks like he's still up to his door. 50 will actually leave that time by Jeffrey Meyer at the stripe. So we're way into turn 1 once again. Pretty hard racing here. Only on lap 4 of the scheduled 150 laps. So pretty long one here tonight. These guys are out here having fun racing. Like it's the last one, pretty much. As CJ Gates got a good run right there at 50 of Jeff Meyer, had a back gutter, got a little bit tight, almost some contact with him in the 58. I see everybody bunched up. Looks like CJ Gates will actually clear for the race. So now the battle for second between the 50 of Jeff Meyer and Justin Wilson, while the battle for fourth behind them continues between Chase Berry and Jim Ott. As I see the 50 machine of Jeffrey Meyer. See side by side for that second position with Justin Wilson, which is what CJ Gates actually wants to see here. He wants to see these guys battle side by side, kind of slow each other down a bit. you'll kind of notice the track's actually kind of a bit like Iowa, just a little bit bigger. And of course, you have to run a low line instead of the high side. But meanwhile, just Wilson would clear Jeffrey Meyer for that second spot. And it looks like Jim Ott now about side by side with that number 11 machine for that fourth position now. As you see the 11 go way up top, 3 kind of gets a little bit tight, wash up the track. Now gets pressure from the 38 machine of Hilton Young. So we're going to turn 2, work down the back straightaway. As they work their way into turn 3, everybody's still single file for right now up front. Doesn't actually look like anybody's double file throughout the pack. So right on board with the number 13 machine of CJ Gates, our race leader. So we're at turn 2. Jamont definitely, excuse me, Jamont, just Wilson seems to have a lot fresher tires, a little bit, he's restored them like he usually does, these mile and a half, and pretty much everywhere. We see him every single race, usually starts up front, he usually gives up a couple of positions pretty easily, trying to save his tires, not chewing them up, and not trying to charge too hard and use them up so he can be faster on the long runs. It's nice to see he caught the 13 after getting clear of Jeffrey Meyer for that second position. Is actually Chase Berry's moved up into that third position ahead of Jeffrey Meyer. But yeah, he's just trying to save his tires for the long run, not push it too hard. Obviously, you want to hit the most amount of laps led, and you want to be up front leading the laps. But if you can be there and get way ahead for the stage victory, which is on lap 40, stage 1 will end on lap 40. Caution rethrown top 10 gets stage points. Lap 2. Excuse me, lap 80, stage 2 and caution with throwing the top 10 gets stage points, so you all know the drill. So at lap 40, lap 80 will be the stage ends here tonight. As I see, Jess Wilson got a good run on CJ Gates out of turn 2. I'm going to try to get that corner panel side draft just a bit. It's a good run down the back straightaway as it worked the way into turn 3. He's going to have the bottom lane outside momentum for the 13 CJ Gates, gets him the advantage is to come across that finish line. He'll lead another lap here. And while these guys battle side by side, it's only going to allow Chase Berry to inch closer and closer to these guys. So, as the 58 get a good run, almost contact with the 13. Very close. I see the 13 is Gates actually moved down and out of the way of the 58 machine. Not quite sure why he did that. Maybe trying to hug that low line, but the high side seems to work better here. He's going to be able to hold off Justin Wilson again here. And now CJ Gates not only has pressure from Justin Wilson, but here comes that low machine of Chase Berry trying to fight his way into this picture and make it a 3-car battle for the lead up here. All spaced out by only about 1 car length between each other. Now Jim Ott trying to reel in that gap and close in behind the 11 machines. So a 4-car battle pretty much for this lead at this point. It's just Wilson still all the rear bumper of CJ Gates. You actually see Chase Berry there cutting the apron just a bit there, trying to gain a bit of time. Doesn't do a whole lot here. Kentucky sometimes can actually make you get a little bit out of control because of how bumpy it is down there. But meanwhile, just Wilson got a good run right there out of turn 2. He's actually going to stay behind CJ Gates in turns 3 and 4. Try to set up a good exit here. And get a run on CJ Gates. It's not like he's going to be able to. CJ will lead this lap as well. And as they just kind of continue to work their way around the track, 4 cars all here in a single file line. Is that 11 machine trying to work around the outside of the 58, but that allowed the 3 to get underneath him. And now we're side by side for the 3rd position. Track race down the back straightaway between the 3 and the 11. Towards the way into turn 3, does Jamont have enough momentum to slide up in front of Chase Berry? Looks like he will. Does Chase try to pull across? So maybe a battle for the lead. Justin Wilson Justin Wilson will actually take the race lead away from CJ Gates because CJ pulled a crossover into turn 1. Does not look like he'll be able to. So Justin Wilson back on top of us. Now Chase Berry going to get back underneath CJ Gates, excuse me, Jim Ott for that third position. It's working out the back straightaway. Side by side once again here. Almost a bit of contact as going to turn 3. Levin really down there, actually a little bit below the yellow line. I think it kind of killed the speed just a bit. He's still kind of right there in the corner of Jim Ott as Jim was down almost in front of him. That camera angle looked like he did come down into him, but he did indeed not, obviously. Otherwise he would have turned himself. Now Justin Wilson back up front here. We're not even halfway through this stage yet. So these guys racing pretty aggressively early on. Nothing absolutely wild, nothing too crazy that's going to cause a wreck for sure. But they aren't playing it super safe, and of course they really shouldn't have to. It's Kentucky. It's not like Daytona over last week, so not a huge deal. As I see CJ Gates under fire from Chase Berry as Jim Ott worked his way around the number 13 machine. As that Chase Berry gets a good run out of turn 2, going to try to beat the 13 and carry that momentum, but unfortunately for him, the high side just has way more momentum. As I see 11 down there trying to dig in that bottom. Can't like it. Jim Ott will actually pit out of second place. They're coming to pit road, not even halfway in the stage yet. So Jim Ott, interesting strategy there to pit as his teammates stayed out. Now that our second place car has pitted, we're expecting to see some of these guys also head down pit road to see if Justin Wilson does it. Nope. Doesn't look like anybody else will, actually. So, first car to pit, number 3 machine of Jim Ott. Looks like hopefully none will throw it down on the pit road. Coming in very hot, though. Gonna make sure he slows it down to that pace car speed. There's 9 machine of DJ Mitzel. There is our race leader, Justin Wilson. Let's take a look here. Are you track weather? 65-degree air temperature. The car spinning on the back straightaway. CJ Gates, I believe. Around goes CJ Gates into the inside wall out of turn 2. No caution flag because he's below the yellow line. There's the 3 coming off pit road right there. He's going to try to get back going here. No caution flag as he was below the yellow line. He's going to try to back up and not get into harm's way. There's the caution flag. So, first caution flag of the night, exactly halfway through stage 1. That's going to be out for the number 13 machine of CJ Gates, spinning out of turn 2 here. And I was talking about how slick this track can be. I did not really mention how bad turn 2 can be here on iRacing. Certainly, as a struggle part that I have noticed. You see, it looks like he just got up the track. She got tight, slapped the wall, spun down the track, tried saving it. First, ran out of room, hit the inside wall, and he was really out of control by that point. Backed it in a couple times, got quite a bit of damage on all sides of that car. So he's definitely going to have to use some optional repair there, take some time repairing the damage in the pits. But I'm going to ride on board with the number 13 machine of CJ Gates as he went for this right up that straightaway. Yeah, just got tight, lifted, just hit that wall. If the safe barrier wasn't right there, it would have been good. Then he tried saving it. Fortunately, the inside wall was right there, and as soon as he hit that inside wall, he was along for the ride. So look at the caution for him. The caution flag came out. And unlucky for Jim Ott, the caution flag came out. He had just pitted. He was actually the only car to pit, and he went a lap down. So while he will get the free pass, he'll be back at the back at the tail end of the pack, whereas he pitted when he was second. So good call by everybody else to stay out there. Of course, maybe less for CJ Gates, but they were able to stay out right now ahead of Brad. So there's Justin slide it into his pit stall along with everybody else. Take a look at your pit stops here. If I can click the right button. This was off pit road first. There goes Chase Berry. along with Kenneth Sager, Mitchell inching out Kirk Sager across that finish line there. And it looks like that was it for your drivers that pitted here. This is Jim Lott getting his lap at Jordan right on pit road here. Still, he was running off pit road, probably just getting some damage fixed. Looks like he does have some right side damage, probably from the outside wall. As I want to see here exactly who pits and who doesn't, but we're going to take the time to go to a quick commercial break. Don't go away, I'll be right back.
So, you want to race in NASCAR. The road starts here. Introducing the eNASCAR Ignite Series powered by iRacing. This is the gateway for all aspiring 13 to 16-year-olds. Starting June 20th, ignite your dreams of one day racing in the top tiers of NASCAR. Go to www.iracing.com/ignite for full details.
Welcome right back here to Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series live here from Kentucky Speedway. We're kind of racing here, pacing under the caution flag with 15 laps to go in the stage. Roy Atchison, the number 88 machine, is actually your race leader. He decided to opt to stay out under the caution flag, so interesting pit strategy there. His pace car is getting ready to pull back onto pit road, and now we just wait. Well, he's going to actually to take the green flag here. I was going to wait for him to get on the gas. There he goes. Green flag is out. We're backing away. A lot of wheel spin to the back. Jim Ott, we saw right there. Where Atchison himself actually got quite a bit of wheel spin from the lead. So a lot of guys getting a lot of wheel spin. You see the 88 on the bottom. 58 has fresh tires. The 88 is going to get eaten up here no matter what he does. No driver can really overcome fresh tires. It's not Chase Berry. Will quickly get into that second place. And of course, Jeff and Myron helping on. Also, they got their laps back as they were also currently had pitted and went a lap down. So they took the wave around and they got their laps back along with Jim Mott, who got the free pass. Lucky dog. It was Jess Wilson. He's out front. Chase Berry there. And how about DJ Mitchell in that third position? Best runner for him. His Xbox Xfinity Series career. And I got Kirk Sager in the 40 and 95 of Jordan Wright battling out for this fourth position. As I see 13 Gates with heavy damage there. He was involved in that first caution flag of the night. So self-inflicted accident. Got tight at turn 2 on an old set of tires and pancaked the wall, spun down to the inside wall, and would have saved it and had the wall not been there. But so yeah, he's struggling right now. Quite a bit of damage. Looks like he can get past with Jeffrey Meyer along with Jim Ott in number 3 machine. Jeffrey Meyer now working on number 95 machine of Jordan Wright in that Omni number 95 Chevrolet Camaro. You see, looks like with the 50, dive it down low and get around 95 here in turn 395. Slide up the track considerably. Looks like Jeffrey Meyer will clear him for that fourth position. Is now for the race lead. Chase Berry trying to get around Justin Wilson. Don't look like he's going to be able to for now. So he's going to kind of be stuck behind him here. As now you see battle between the 3 of Jim Ott, who was the free pass because the whole caution there. That kind of cost him quite a bit. And also 95. It's a 13 very tight out of turn 2. Work with that back straight right now. Into turn 3 to still side by side. Is up front. Here comes Chase Berry trying to make a move on Justin Wilson with just 10 laps to go here in stage 1. This guy's racing very hard for the stage victory as we're going to try to focus on this battle now. These guys are getting very, very intense up here for the race lead. Trying to get that bonus point heading into the chase and also 10 bonus points just for kicks and giggles. So let me see here. Chase Berry gets a good run right here through 3 and 4. Ran a bit higher of a line. And have a better exit. He's gonna try to get in that draft. Actually cut down onto the apron just a bit. So now I just have 9 laps to go here in the stage. And is there a single file? I'm gonna try to see here if we can find anybody double file. This is 61 trying to pass the 13. Unable to do so. As Roy Atchison, who actually stayed out under that caution to get the race lead, he's now fallen way back to 11th place. Actually, looks like a lap down too, so maybe he had a pit there. Not quite sure what the strategy was there. As the race leader right now, heating up quickly. Here comes Chase Berry on the bottom of 58. Just Wilson. There was a big block all the way down to the apron. Very close for the 2 race leaders. So now we just have 8 laps to go here in the stage. And Just Wilson, I've never actually seen him really this aggressive, especially this early on, just for a stage win. Really threw a big block there on Chase Berry. And that's another drive we've been kind of talking about. We've kind of been talking about how Just Wilson's so dominant. And then you kind of have Jim Ott kind of second best. But I think by far the third best right here, Chase Berry, he's been really fast the last few weeks. He won Pocono, beating Justin Wilson there. And ever since then, he's been on a tear, just getting good finishes, running really strong, and turning fast laps in practice and qualifying. So I'm interested to see how many wins he can possibly try to rack up here before this regular season's over. He's going to dive down in the bottom here below Justin Wilson. As they're coming to just 6 laps to go here in the stage. The outside, however, has the momentum for Justin Wilson. That would carry him back on top and on the point here. With just 6 laps to go here in stage 1. As you see, here was a run on board with the number 11 machine. And also, I think he maybe tried to catch it a little bit too hard and ended up burning his tires up. You see right now, 58 kind of pulling back away from him quite a bit here with just 5 laps to go in the stage. As at this point, he's going to pretty much need Just Wilson make a mistake, which, of course, does not happen too often. But how about, look at that 3rd place car right now. That number 40 machine of Kirk Sager and the number 40 McDonald's Ford Mustang doing a nice job right there in 3rd place. I think it's about the highest I've seen in quite some time on pace. So great job, Kirk Sager. Doing a nice job up here in that 3rd place. He's going to get some stage points, but of course, he's got to hold off these 2 cats right here, the 50 and the 3, who are actually battling for that 4th position as we speak. 50 gonna get past, trying to pull a crossover here on Jim Mont. Down low as we're coming up to just 3 laps to go in the stage. Looks like Kirk Sager pretty much has this 3rd place wrapped up. So now 50 gonna drive it in deep, try to slide up the racetrack, but the 3 is gonna pinch him down. Gotta kind of keep him pinned down there and not let him go up the racetrack that much. So it looks like Jim Mont will clear Jeffrey Meyer now for that 4th position. Meanwhile, Kirk Sager is still in that P3 spot. Sperry is still there in 2nd, Just Wilson out leading. You actually have a few guys a lap or 2, a lap down here. You have Atchison a lap down, along with the 13 of CJ Gates, who's currently now in the free pass position because of the fact he is the first car a lap down. So I'm sure he can't wait for this caution to come out for the stage, which comes out in only 2 laps. As it looks like Kirk Stage are going to try to hold off here Jim Ott, as Jim Ott is trying to catch him here in a hurry. Right on board with the number 3 machine here. As we're now on the white flag of stage 1. Lap 40, caution flag will be thrown here, so next time by will be the completion of stage 1. So it looks like Justin Wilson going to try to cruise on a Sunday drive to this one, as he kind of drove away from Chase Berry there after a pretty good battle there, as he's going to work his way through turns 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, going to try to complete the quest for another cycle here. Justin Wilson will win stage 1, Chase Berry in P2, Kirk Sajak will finish in 3rd, Jim Ott 4th, there's Jeffrey Meyer at P5, so top 5 right there at last week's winner. P6, DJ Mitchell, P7, Kenneth Sajak, looks like P8, maybe going to the 38 with Jose Millon, and P9 going to Jordan Wright, and P10 will actually go to the 13 of CJ Gates, who's currently a lap down, will actually get the free pass. So let's look at your stage results. Just Wilson, Chase Berry, Kirk Sajak, Jim Ott, Jeff Meyer right into your top 10. DJ Mitchell, Kenneth Sajak, Hilton Young, Jordan Wright, and CJ Gates all getting stage points here tonight. So good job by all of them. As second caution flag of the night here. The first one was being for the 13 machine, going around on the back straightaway out of top 3, I believe. Top 3 position, top 5, somewhere around there. It's a tough break for him. As we're currently pacing here. And we're going to wait for the leaders to come down pit road. Just Wilson will lead the field down on a pit road. You actually see some hood damage there from the 11 machine. Of course, I don't think that's from the back of the. I don't think that's from the 58, because the 58 don't have a scratch on his car. So definitely can't be. Kirk Sajak actually got to stay out here. So very interesting pit strategy there. I'm gonna take a look now at your cautions. 2 caution flags so far. 5 different lead changes. 31.049 fastest lap of the race. So we're way on the pit road here. Take a look at your race off pit road. We're gonna see here who can come off on top. Here's the best pit crew. What are the strategies? Is everybody take 4 tires and fuel? It looks like it. I don't see anybody taking 2 tires here, so everybody gonna take 4 tires and fuel. Kirk Sajak, only one to not pit. He will stay out, but I think he'll probably pit after. Maybe just trying to stay out, get a bonus point within a lap. That'd be my guess. So it actually looks like here 5th, Jeff Meyer roll off pit road first, followed by 38 Hilton Young, Chase Berry, then Justin Wilson. So CJ Gates getting his lap back there. Kenneth Sajak and Jim Ott will actually roll off pit road. So pretty slow pit stop there for Justin Wilson. Very interesting. I did not really expect that at all. As there you see him right there in the number 58 machine. Not quite sure what happened to him there, but pretty poor pit stop, I guess you could say. But while I'm yawning, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, so we'll be right back.
Calling a hotline and speaking with a stranger about your suicidal thoughts may seem daunting, but there's nothing to worry about. Let's walk through what happens when you call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. When you dial the hotline, your call will go to a center full of volunteers that will ensure you remain anonymous. You may be placed on hold for a few moments while the volunteers finish helping other callers, but they do care about you. Please wait to be patched through. Once a volunteer answers your call, they will let you know that they're there to listen. Be open about your thoughts and feelings. If you seem to be in immediate danger, the volunteer will track down emergency services in your local area. When the volunteer is certain you aren't in immediate danger, they will ask you some questions like these. Do you feel like you can't go on any longer? Do you have a plan? Do you have access to therapy? Answer questions honestly. The volunteers will not be judgmental. They simply want to help you in any way they can. Some people call the hotline to speak with a sympathetic listener more than once. Many callers report later that calling in was extremely helpful. If you are struggling with thoughts of suicide or know someone who is, please call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline now at 1-800-273-8255 and press 1 for military members, veterans, and concerned family and friends.
We're back live here to Kentucky Speedway. We're just in time for the restart. Justin Wilson will lead the field to the green flag. Or excuse me, Jeffrey Meyer will lead the field as he's already on the lad pedal, backing away here from Kentucky. Got a good restart right there. Went way early. Got a good jump on the field over Chase Berry. Now just Wilson trying to work his way around Hilton Young. And the number 38 machine as Jeffrey Meyer pulled away by a lot. Kind of caught the field sleeping there as I see 58 just Wilson. He actually cleared 38 for that third position out of Jordan Wright trying to go down low. As actually 38 fights back on the outside. Momentum off of turn 2. It looks like now just Wilson can finally clear him. Is actually now 38 will try to go through the middle. 95 backs out of it. And it looks like 38 is not big enough for a run to do so. But 1.2 seconds is the gap between first place Jeffrey Meyer and third place Justin Wilson, who's currently under fire from Hilton Young. As I see Jordan Wright getting past there, but 61 of Kenneth Sager. As while the 40 did indeed stay out, as I mentioned, he pitted a lap after just to lead a lap, given bonus point and whatnot. So that's where points. That's how many. That's how much points matter when you're racing for a chase like that. One point can be the difference. So these guys trying to get as many points as they possibly can throughout the race, trying to get as many stage points, trying to lead laps to get points, and of course trying to finish well to get some points. So it looks like right here, Jeffrey Meyer out front by quite a bit, half a second over Chase Berry, 1.4 seconds over, 1.3 seconds over third place. Just Wilson is now. Looks like Hilton Young under fire from Kenneth Sager and the number 61 machine. Both Sagers having a pretty good run here so far tonight, so. As on fresh tires, you kind of can run the bottom line. It's not a huge deal, but on old tires, you really cannot. So nice 61 get underneath the 38 machine of Hilton Young. Looks like Hilton has a pretty good momentum through turns 3 and 4. Will actually hold off Kenneth. As we'll way through and across the start-finish line. Again, just a reminder, stage 2 will end on lap 80. So we will race at the lap 80 until the caution flag is thrown. But now you see Jeff Meyer, he's actually pulling away here by a considerable amount over the field. Pretty much leaving everybody in the dust at this point. So he's doing a nice job pulling away from the field here. As it's still currently about 3/4 of a second ahead of Chase Berry, and then 1.5 over Justin Wilson. Of course, he might be using his tires up just a bit. I don't see him really killing his tires that badly, but you can also see where all the grip is down the track. But I don't think, honestly, it's not burning them up that badly, and he's able to pull away by quite a considerable amount. So this is a good lead for him. This is going around to just 29 laps to go here in the stage. Of course, they will have to pit about halfway through the stage, so around lap anywhere between lap 60 and lap 65 will be the pit window. So we're gonna expect to see the guys coming up pit road then. 60, maybe 60 and 70, I think, will probably be more so the pit window. So it's interesting to see exactly when these guys decide to pit. As looks like he's right there. He's kind of tuning up just a bit, but nothing too severe. Nothing too serious here. I'm actually going to run on board with our gyro camera here on the number 61 machine of Kenneth Sager as he's trying to work on passing the 38. And you can see right here, not a lot of banking actually here at Kentucky Speedway. A pretty flat 1.5 mile speedway, which kind of makes it different than all the other mile and a halves. They're all really high banked. And while this has the exact same shape, the quad oval shape from Atlanta, Charlotte, and Texas, it's pretty unique racetrack. It's actually the newest NASCAR track on the circuit, and it's a pretty unique racetrack, pretty flat. And definitely different grooves. Of course, with the new pavement, it's not quite as good as the old one, which we have right here on iRacing currently still. But it's really interesting to see 38 and 61 still going at it here, trying to make runs on each other. 61 trying to make a run on the 38 Hilton to try to get around him. We go into turn 3 here. Number 61, that real tree. Ford Mustang doing a nice job right there in that top 5 position right there in that 5th place. So props to both stagers actually. I mean, they were running really strong here tonight. You know, obviously they're running up there, you know, battling with these guys, but I'm not seeing these guys, you know, well inside the top 5. It actually gets a huge run right there. 38 holding got it tight and kind of had to back out of it to keep him wrecking and hitting the wall right there. As Kenneth Sager blows on past him out of turn 2, he'll take that 4th position away. So again, really good credit to both Sager, Kirk, and Kenneth. Both having great runs. We saw Kirk in 3rd there before the stage ended, where he stayed out and got a lap-led bonus point. And now Kenneth running in his 4th position. So great job with these guys. Don't usually see these guys running this well. So again, props to those guys. As actually the caution flag is out. What's the caution flag out for? Huh. We're going to take a look back at what exactly caused this. What exactly caused the yellow flag here? And as I am looking through, I don't exactly understand why the caution was thrown. It was thrown by race control. Very interesting. So I have not the faintest clue as to why the caution flag was thrown. Race control, maybe an accident, not 100% sure, as again the stage ends on lap 80. So yeah, again, not 100% sure as to why the caution flag was thrown, but there's going to be an opportunity to everybody to head to pit road. So Jeffrey Maurer will lead the field to pit road. We're going to try to see here what he can get and what his pit crew can do. He came off pit road first last time, and this time he's going to actually come in first. So he can try to pull a double here. As they all work their way to the pit stall, does not look anybody overshot their stall to speak of. Can't see anybody that did it from this angle, so it looks like 4 tires and fuel for everybody as well, as the clocks continue to tick here to see who rolls the first here. Looks like actually the 11 Chase Berry, followed by the 58 Justin Wilson. They got the 61, the 3, the 38, the 9, BJ Mitchell, and also the 48, Kirk Seager. So, first place, Chase Berry. Second place, Justin Wilson. Third place, Jeffrey Meyer. He actually came out first. So, last time, I believe he came out third, or came in third, came out first. This time, he comes in third, or comes in first, comes out third. If I can get that correct. That's tongue twister. I'm also really tired, so I apologize for that. But, we're actually going to see here if we can dial up that number 50 machine. As, I'm going to try to get it here in the broadcast booth. Jeff Meyer, do you have a copy?
Yep.
So yeah, Jeffrey, we saw you leading there just before those pit stops happened. You got shuffled back to third place. It's still top 3 for you currently. We saw you get a really good restart right there as the race leader. You're able to pull away. You're pretty good lead, and of course the caution flag was thrown. I'm a bit confused as to why it was thrown. No, before I told you guys or what. But still a good run for you here tonight as usual. We won last week at Daytona, trying to carry in the momentum here at Kentucky. Having a good race for you so far here tonight. Clean car. Just talk about your race and what the future is. What your plans are to try to get this win tonight.
Just try to keep it clean, and I'm getting better at the track, so it's coming to me.
Yes, certainly. And well, we appreciate your time, Jeffrey, and good luck in the race.
Thanks.
All right, there's our quick interview of the race there with the 50 machine of Jeffrey Meyer. Just trying to get a little bit of word in with these guys as they're around here pacing. Of course, I'm sure they don't always mind taking an interview. Caution laps can be pretty boring on ours, and as we all suffer and know. It can't be Talladega. Talladega is the worst 65 mile basically pace car speed. But while we're looking at that, actually, speaking of that, we're going to look at track info here at Kentucky Speedway. I've actually not done this yet. So, 1.46 mile track, aka 1.5 mile. Obviously, 4 track turns. Track elevation 792.29 feet. Track temperature currently 66 degrees Fahrenheit, located in Sparta, Kentucky. Obviously, in the United States of America. But, yeah, pretty interesting track here at Kentucky. Like I said, pretty unique mile and a half. And also the newest NASCAR track on the venue, so very cool to go to the newest track, I guess you could say. And of course, when they add the new Kentucky, we'll have this one for free, so you can all drive this track for free. And also, while I mentioned about this track for free, the reason I'm by myself here tonight, my fellow commentator Stephen Gale doesn't actually own Kentucky Speedway, so he informed me that, and so unfortunately I couldn't be at the broadcast booth here tonight, but that's all right, because I can just do just fine by myself, I guess. So, anyhow, Chase Berry trying to look to get his second win of the season as he's getting ready here to lead the back to the green flag. Pace car is in, and we wait for Chase Berry to get on the line pole. There he goes. Green flag's back out. We're backing away here from Kentucky. A good restart for Chase Berry, as we saw last time also with Jeffrey Meyer. Not quite as good as Jeffrey got, as Jeffrey went really early right there, but a good restart for Chase Berry. Nevertheless, got out by a few counts over Justin Wilson, who's actually now getting trying to make a hard charge down the back straightaway and getting a good run into turn 3. Almost actually got in the back of Chase Berry right there. Justin Wilson not trying to save his stuff this run, as there's just 20 laps to go here in the stage. We saw these two guys battling very hard for the first stage victory, and we saw Justin Wilson blocking a little bit out of the 11 machine, so maybe it will do the same here as Justin Wilson sends it in very deep. Actually got to get a good run and clear Chase Berry out of turn 2. As we work down the back straightaway, Justin Wilson back out front. And now the battle for third goes on as Jamont now past the 50 machine of Jeffrey Meyer, who kind of a bad restart there. There's kind of stage right there, P5. BJ Mitchell in 6th, helping down to see these guys back here battling really hard. 95 Jordan Wright, 13 Susie Gates, and the 40 of Kirk Sager. So 88 Atchison. So everybody's back on a lead lap, by the way. As we ride on board now with our race leader Justin Wilson. And then number 58, we should look back at the field. And it just continues to lead the field here. Did a quick onboard lap with him there as Chase Berry continued to ride in second. Jim Mott pulling away a bit from Jeffrey Meyer. Nothing's changed so far. 40 and 30 are still battling on here. Kirk Sager trying to get underneath Hilton Yun for the 7th position. Meanwhile, it looks like Jim Mott catching Chase Berry just a bit, who maybe again tried kind of charging hard in that first part of the stage and burning his tires up, as we have just 15 laps to go here in stage 2, which of course again ends on lap 80. So these guys race to lap 80 to try to get some stage points, as currently only one driver will not get stage points, and that will be currently Roy Atchison, as there's only 11 drivers in tonight's race. So kind of unfortunate. Last week we had a lot more, but usually you get a lot more for a plate track, but definitely pretty happy to have 11 here tonight. So again, also we appreciate everybody watching tonight's broadcast. And if you're watching this live, thank you for watching the video afterhand. We just appreciate you all watching. We'll be doing this without you guys, so as we ride on board here with Jim Mott, still he was kind of catching on Chase Berry a bit, but kind of fell off the edge, and now it's kind of actually losing a bit of time to him, I believe, here. Not really gaining or losing a whole lot, but as we just kind of cruising here, logging laps to make the end of the stage here. So now you see Jordan Wright and Susie Gates going at it here for this ninth position. Looks like Susie Gates is actually going to get that away from Jordan Wright. And take that back. Is not Jordan Wright going to try? Oh, he turned him sideways. And CJ Gates will actually save it. So great save by CJ Gates along with Jordan Wright. Bit of contact going to turn 3. Some really hard racing as she rushes down, now gaining a couple of spots from that. Actually, he'll pass CJ Gates and try to pass Jordan Wright. But we're going to take a look back at the LCD replay, exactly what happened there between the 95 machine and the 13. We're right down the back straightaway into turn 3. So right here, just kind of 95 going in there, and again, you don't realize how much your car likes to plow up the racetrack when you go to the inside of somebody here. And I was kind of brakes a little bit too late. Tackled left rear of CJ Gates. Great job of CJ Gates to keep that car pointed straight, kept his foot, and it didn't lift for the most part, and got back ahead of him. As now they're racing really hard again here, almost about to make some more contact. And now this is for the 10th position. Looks like CJ Gates will hold that spot for now. Roy Atchison actually gained from that past both of them, and now is trying to look to get some stage points here. As now you see the battle continue here between the 95 and the 13. Meanwhile, up front, it's still all Justin Wilson with just 10 laps to go here in stage 2. It looks like Roy Atchison got passed by Jordan Wright as well, so he'll fall back to 11th place where it was before the contact actually happened. So looks like Justin Wilson continuing to lead here with just 9 laps to go here in stage 2 at Kentucky. Oh, good racer back here. DJ Mitchell and Hilton Dunn, number 38 Chevrolet Camaro. So side by side here for this 7th position. Number 9 on the bottom, 38 on the top. You see 9 right there left side's on the yellow line. Couldn't really get a good run there, but it's gonna be interesting to see actually if anybody has to pit, because caution came out on lap 55, which means we went to lap 60. So these guys are gonna have to go about 21 or so laps on fuel. And last time we had the stage, just everybody pitted around lap 20, lap 21, lap 22. So very interesting. Meanwhile, it looks like either Just Wilson's saving his tires or he's saving fuel, because Chase Berry has caught him in a hurry here. And here that it was Chase Berry the one actually saving his tires, and now he's faster. We saw Justin get pretty aggressive there early on the run, which is pretty uncommon to see from him. So maybe he's now chewing his tires up, and they've switched roles here as Chase Berry is trying to catch him. The problem with pitting here in Kentucky, trying to short pit the stage and whatnot, is that you go a lap down when you pit. So if you pit and some other guys make it to the end of the stage, you're trapped a lap down, and obviously you're going to get it back when they pit under caution for the stage caution. However, you know, then you're trapped back at the field, so pretty much pointless, to be honest with you. But as I see the 11 machine, Chase Berry making an aggressive move down to the bottom of Justin Wilson there. So there made some contact. 11 machine into the 58 there, and if it wasn't contact, it was extremely close. 11 got tight like we saw the 95 earlier. It's 95, or excuse me, 58 now. Cuts across the nose of Chase Berry. These guys racing just about this hard for the end of stage 1. Also, 5 laps to go here in stage 2. Got some guys blocking each other, rubbing each other just a bit, as we saw him do at the end of stage 1. So these guys like to go at it here for the stage wins. It's just Wilson trying to complete the cycle once again here. He did it at, he's done it several times. I did it at Auto Club, I believe did it at Bristol potentially. He's done a lot of races, so I think even Iowa. So he's done it quite a few times here in Motorsports for Xfinity Series. Going to try to do it once again here. But Chase Berry had a good run right there. Got kind of lost his momentum in there when he slid up and almost got into Just Wilson. Then, of course, when he got blocked, kind of killed the rest of everything he had there. So he's now kind of falling back. Looks like he's kind of right in the middle between him, Just Wilson, and Jim Ott, as we have just 3 laps to go here for the stage. So the likelihood of Chase catching Justin here at the end is going to be pretty rare, as we're going to see here. If anybody pits, looks like Hilton Young will actually come down pit road, as, again, I don't know if these guys will make it on fuel or not. You see some guys back here, Jordan Wright, maybe he's trying to save some fuel, actually. As Just Wilson come into turn 3, and we'll have just 2 laps to go here. I'm interested to see if these guys can even make it on fuel, or if they have to pit. And if they run out of gas, it's going to be a long ways around to the start-finish line. Or excuse me, pit road, to get on the pit road. As you see, there's 38. He's going to go a lap down because of this. Only car lap down, however. So luckily for him, it'll be okay. We're going to see if anybody else here pits. Does not look like it. So just Hilton down with the only person to pit here. As there's just Wilson going into turn 3. See if he decides to pit. No, he does not. Kind of run that low line, so I can't exactly tell. As we're coming up to the white flag here in stage 2, Chase Berry has a pretty good run. Don't know if it's going to be enough to catch him here before the end of the stage. He's going to cut the dog leg right there, try to enter wide, but still think it's going to be enough to catch Just Wilson here on the last lap of stage 2. He's going to try very hard, though. Be careful not to tear up his race car and wreck it. Trying to go for the stage victory, but on a scratch pretty much on that 58 car from what I can tell. As we're spread through 3 and 4, and out of turn 4, he'll pick up another stage victory this season. Second one of the night, so he's going to try to pull the cycle here. Only one more check he has to go. Stage 1 winner, check. Stage 2 winner, check. And now he wants that big W and trophy at the end. That's his goal as we're waiting out. Racer Abbins to the caution flag. There it is. So Just Wilson officially called the stage 2 winner. Chase Berry second. Jim Ott finished in 3rd. Jeff Meyer 4th. Kenneth Stager 5th. Kirk Sager in 6th. Good runs for both of them, as I mentioned. 5th and 6th. And then you have DJ Mitchell in 7th. CJ Gates in 8th. Jordan Wright 9th. Atchison actually will finish in 10th, and Hilton United was the only car to pit there before the end of the stage. He was going to go a lap down and finish in 11th. So, as there's the pace car. Now we can just take a look at the stage results right here. A lot easier. So, again, a lot of the guys up there in points are getting a lot of more points. So, pretty consistent. That's what I gotta say. 50 to 11 to 3 to 58 been the fastest cars each and every week. And besides Jason Barham, there are only 4 cars to win. So, and Jason Barham actually is not racing quite some time. So, but anyhow, as they're gonna head down to pit road here. Let's see how many takers we have. If anybody decides to stay out and get some bonus points, or just stay out on pace for the fun of it. So looks like Atchison will get his lap back as he was the free pass car. Just going to show pit stop times here. We're going to see if everybody pulls some 2 strategy here. Down and off pit road first, Justin Wilson, followed by Chase Berry, Jim Ott off third. There goes Jeffrey Meyer, Kurt Stager, Kenneth Stager, CJ Gates, Jordan Wright, and DJ Mitchell. So not a whole lot of change right there. As there you see Leon getting his lap back there. And there's where Atchison actually stayed out once again under another caution flag here. We're going to go back under commercial break. Don't go away, be right back.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back live here to Kentucky Speedway for the Motorsports Xfinity Series, brought to you by Prop Box Accessories. Along with Suicide Awareness. Also brought to you here tonight by Randy's Wraps. And last but not least, Outlaw Gaming. Check them out on YouTube and also Facebook. Thank you all to all our sponsors and also all you all for watching tonight's broadcast. Pace car race in and ready to go back. Green flag here from Kentucky. As Just Wilson lead the field to the green flag. When will he go? He's going to go very late. There he goes. Just Wilson. Good jump on Chase Berry there. Is actually looks like now Jim Ott going to try to challenge Chase Berry for the second spot. They're 3 wide behind him back here. Some little bit of contact maybe there to 95 and the 9 cars. They're all very racy throughout the pack. So now we're officially in the final stage. Looks like Just Wilson going to try to pull away here to the back straightaway up to a 3/10 of a second lead. As they're very racy for the second and third position between Jim Ott, Chase Berry, and Jeffrey Myers. Now they got a good run. Jim Ott get a good run on Justin Wilson. And Chase Berry also got a good run. Gonna try to go through on the outside. Does not work. Will he go through wide through the middle or will he back out? It looks like he'll back out of it wisely. So Jim Ott will actually try to get ahead of Justin Wilson. Has the advantage right here. Gonna try to clear him out of turn 2. And it looks like he's able to do so. Jim Ott back on top. Actually, I believe he's not led a lap here tonight. So Jim Ott out front. Yeah, he's not led a single lap. So he'll come across the finish line this time by and actually lead his first lap here, which is pretty surprising considering how well he's been doing this season. As 58 cuts off the nose of the 11 again. I'm sure Chase Berry getting very frustrated with that happening so many times. Seems like every time the 11 goes down there on the trial oval, the 58 cuts his nose off, and I'm actually shocked that it's not caused a wreck yet. We saw 11 right there back out of it and try to go, not turn him, but yeah, definitely very interesting to see what's going on here. It's Just Wilson, one stage 1, one stage 2, has led 51 laps here so far tonight, but Jim Ott has not led any until now, so now he's led 2 laps. Chase led 4, Jeff Myers led 16, Kirk Sage led 1. Looks like all these guys led 0. CJ Gates led 11 there, and Atchison, he has led 2 laps so far here tonight. So, well, Jim Ott might be leading. He definitely ain't getting that far away from Justin's grab. He's able to press that circle to intimidate and try to intimidate 3, even though the 3 is the intimidate. I don't know. But anyhow, there's Jim Ott trying to stay ahead as the battle for third heats up here between Jeffrey Meyer and Chase Berry. 11 and the 50 going out of here. Now that's sure went into turn 3 for that third position. Looks like Jeffrey Meyer will hold that for now. He's a little bit loose on the apron, it looks like, though. Let's the 11. Chase Berry get a good run to the outside. It looks like he's trying to pull alongside him here at the line. The 50 has the spot, but what was it for Chase Berry? Might carry him ahead. It looks like Jeffrey's actually going to clear Chase Berry. Chase, I think, maybe tried to cross over right there, but realized it wasn't able to go that low and kind of backed out of it. So Jeffrey Meyer back up to third place. We spoke to him earlier when he was in third place, actually, under the caution flag. But this time by, it will be officially 60 laps to go here at Kentucky. Coming across that finish line. And now it looks like Chase Berry back underneath Jeffrey Meyer, trying to take back that third position. It looks like actually going to get a bit tight here. Not going to quite be able to do it there. And actually had to back out of it big time, so now fall way behind Jeffrey Meyer, who's pretty far behind Just Wilson, who's pretty far behind Jim Ott. So pretty spread out field so far here tonight. So this run at least. I see Logan Chase Berry kind of down the apron just a bit there. It's really interesting to see if Justin's saving his tires right now and trying to save something for Jim Ott. Is currently the race lead. Or if Jim just found something that Justin hasn't and is able to run faster. Interesting to see how this all works out with the tire strategy game and entire conservation. As I see Kirk Sage and a 50 machine, 40 machine, right in a nice 5th place right there. DJ Mitchell in 6th, and Kenneth Sager, Kirk's brother, right there in a 64 machine in 7th. We got Hilton Young battling with Gates, and they got Roy Atchison back here, and then also Jordan Wright. So to look through the field, as up front still just Jim Ott trying to lead here so far. Right on board now with your race leader Jim Ott in number 3 machine. With our rear onboard camera here. As we're right on that front straightaway here. Looks like Jim Ott actually kind of pulling away just a bit from second place Justin Wilson. It's pretty crazy. And nobody's really getting or losing time on each other, honestly. It was just kind of spread out, not really changing position. As actually kind of stationary, got around now machine with DJ Mitzel, so he's not going to move up to 6th position. So 5th and 6th for the Station Brothers. It was, again, a great night for them. And this is Jordan Wright around at the field. But it looks like Just Wilson, ever so slightly, if you look at the lap times here and the interval, chipping away at Jim Ott's lead, as we have, it looks like 54 laps to go here at Kentucky. Of course, expecting pit stop soon here, as caution flag came out on lap 80. So we restarted around lap 85, so going about 20 to 25 laps on fuel and tires. So gonna be interesting to see exactly how that works out for him. As there you see Jim Ott going into turn 3 with Just Wilson right behind him. You can see different lanes right there. Just Wilson running a bit lower, actually, kind of on the yellow line. I didn't know you could actually really run the yellow line that well, but Just Wilson able to do that. Of course, really good driver he is, but so isn't Jim Ott. Able to put up a fight against him almost each and every week. Probably the biggest threat to each race for Just Wilson is that number 3 machine of Jim Ott, along with the 50 and 11. So, interesting to see exactly what Just Wilson can do here when he does catch the 3-car. Where does he go? Does he go to the top? Does he go to the bottom? It looks like he likes the bottom, especially in 3 and 4. And you see here, it's in the draft for the 3-car, which lane did you try to go in here, take opportunity of as we hit lap 100. And the pit window will open here in about 5 laps. So it's going to be interesting to see who decides to come down pit road, who will kind of lead the field down pit road and start a cycle. And who will try to stay as long as possible to try to hope for a caution, to try to, pretty much everybody lap down and whatnot. So, it's going to be interesting. But, you see Just Wilson still trying to get around Jim Ott. So we now have 50 laps to go here at Kentucky. Just Wilson trying to get a good run here on Jim Ott. Actually gonna bump him just a tad. I'm not quite sure if there's even contact there. And just kind of play nice and easy and calm. It's a pretty good run right here out of turn 3. Out of turn 4. Couldn't really get underneath Jim Ott though. He's kind of running that middle lane. Just kind of pitching him down to the bottom, so he can't get underneath him. But kind of hard to get around him too when running up top. So 50 Just Wilson getting maybe a little bit impatient. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how this works out. And I'm sure, of course, in the back of his mind, he remembers what happened at Texas when Jim Ott bumped him out of the way, and later it turned out to be pretty much for nothing, but it's a cool paint scheme made for it anyhow. So As you see, 58 still peeking underneath the 3 car there. Still can't quite get that run that he's looking for to try to get alongside Jamont, try to side draft him and pull on ahead of him. These guys continue to race really hard right here for this race lead as the pit window is about to open here very shortly. Especially anybody to come down pit road here shortly. It actually looks like GC Gates did already come down pit road. These guys continue to race very hard for the race lead. Almost some contact there again. So the 58 peeking underneath the 3. Does he get it right here? No. Jamont continuing to hold him off. Jamont doing a nice job with the number 3 2D Chevrolet Camaro to hold off Justin Wilson, who's been really fast each and every week pretty much. So, again, Jamont probably the biggest threat to him. But, not the only either, so. Let's come across that finish line here. I'm interested to see if anybody else comes down pit road. It does not look like it, so. Nobody else staying out here so far as when I come across that finish line next time by, not this time by, but next time by, it will officially be 45 laps to go. So here comes Just Wilson with a run on the outside. Going to try to take the lane that gives him the momentum. Going to go around the outside of Jim Ott. Going to try to make it look easy as Jim actually gets a good middle of the corner. Actually going to clear Justin Wilson on the exit. Great racing between these two drivers. Great driver by both the 3 of Jim Ott and the 50 of... That's supposed to say, here goes another big run to the outside. Goes Justin Wilson. And now time Jim cannot really contain that one. Is at the finish line. It's going to be the 3 car on top of the scoring pylon. But I don't think it's going to be for long. As here comes the 58. Just Wilson. A big head of steam into turn 3. 3 going to try to do everything he can to put up a good fight on the bottom. But I think unfortunately the bottom is just not going to be good enough for him. As they drag race down the back straightaway here into turn 3. It looks like the 3 machine is going to have to probably surrender here shortly. I don't know. Got a good run right here. Going to try to get alongside the 58 of Justin Wilson as we have just 45 laps to go here. At the finish line, it will be Justin Wilson into the 58 car. By just a little bit, actually. 2/1000ths of a second he let it lap by. As it looks like now, Justin Wilson will actually clear Jim Ott for the race lead. So back up front, Justin Wilson, as we're about to actually get some pit stops in here. It looks like nobody else besides these Gates is actually pitted yet. So maybe it's actually a few away. I'm not quite sure. So 2 laps to go here. Excuse me. 43 laps to go here at Kentucky Speedway. You see the 95 Jordan right getting out of the way of the leaders. He's going to go a lap down and therefore pretty much screw Davey Allison's light bulb. As I see Jim Ott coming down pit road in the number 3 machine, along with 61 of Kenneth Stager and his brother, the 40 of Kirk. Well, anybody else going to pit road? Jeffrey Meyer looks like he will stay out on track. Well, everybody else, but here comes some of the guys on pit road. So your guy in second place, Jim Ott, I guess decided, hey, I got past, why not come on pit road and get my tires changed and whatnot. So he'll roll on into his pit box while coming into the right second. There's DJ Mitzel also on pit road in a slider's pit box. His pit stall and actually overshot it just a bit. Had to go back into us. It's going to cost him quite a bit. Here comes race leader Justin Wilson now down pit road. And interesting to see if he actually sped right there, very close to AC Jordan Wright and Chase Barrias. Looks like Jeff Wilson will actually, Jeff Meyer will actually stay out here. Atchison also on pit road. There's Kirk Sager. There's Kenneth Sager. And where is the 58 car? There he is. It would not let me see him. So there's Justin Wilson. You're going to try to get 4 tires and fuel done before his predecessor here, Jim Ott, comes around. So I'm going to try to find Jim Ott in the number 3 car here. There he is, but actually, we're going to cross that finish line and figure this all out here. As looks like Hilton Nunn currently staying out front. He has not pitted yet. But once he does, that will cycle it all back through to Justin Wilson, and actually Chase Berry will be second. Nope, maybe not. Let's look around here. Actually, Jeffrey Meyer will be second place. Actually, not that far behind Justin Wilson. Then you have Jim Ott back in third, and Chase Berry back in fourth. Nice one right is a lap down. Ken Stager in fifth. Kirk Stager in sixth, passing CJ there. There goes the 38 machine down pit road. Hilton Young will cycle back over to Justin Wilson, where he is trying to pull the cycle for one of many times here on LCTV, trying to win each series at a track as he's all by himself. Right now up front is a little bit off, but I would say probably good like 10-15 chronic, so pretty good amount between those, half second it says right there. So good gap between. Got to get back to Jim Ott, so really no pressure right now as we actually go through this. We're gonna take you LCTV side-by-side coverage as we're just kind of cruising right now around the track under a Sunday drive. So we'll be right back. Don't go away, but don't miss a thing at the same time.
My name is Stephen Corpenos. I'm a senior web developer here at iRacing, and I work on the beta UI. It's funny because iRacing has been around for 10 years, but we want to keep delivering the best possible user experience to our customers, and we've found that the old UI isn't exactly what we're trying to deliver in 2018. We want to use new features and provide the best possible experience when using the sim. One of the projects that I've been working on is some custom heat racing configuration for hosted races. We've been listening to our customers. Everyone's been asking for custom heat races. Maybe you want to tweak a few things with the preset iRacing configurations. Well, now you can using the beta UI. So once you're at the home page of the beta UI, you just go to create a race. And from there you go to your set race options. And you'll notice here under event types, you can actually choose heat racing. First, I'm going to show you how to create a new format from scratch. You can choose the number of entrants. And as you can see, when I made that change, the change was actually reflected on the right side in the graph. Also, you can use the estimated duration at the bottom of the graph when you're changing the length to see what the total duration of your event will be. In addition, you can customize every aspect of the session information, practice, qualifying, heat races, consolations, and of course, the final feature race. Because the beta UI allows us to develop features that are robust and complex, this feature will be exclusively available on the beta UI. Once you've made all of the changes, you can hit save. Say you forgot what you selected. You can always preview it using the preview format button. We are very excited to release the brand new heat racing configuration feature that will be available in Season 3 of iRacing.
So, you want to race in NASCAR. The road starts here. Introducing the eNASCAR Ignite Series powered by iRacing. This is the gateway for all aspiring 13 to 16-year-olds. Starting June 20th, ignite your dreams of one day racing in the top tiers of NASCAR. Go to www.iracing.com/ignite for full details.
Like live here to Kentucky Speedway for some Motorsports Xfinity Series race number 17 of the very first season of National Motorsports Xfinity Series. Currently here racing as the 11 machine goes sideways off the nose of the 50, I believe. Glad we came back in time just for that. To look quickly back at the LCT replay as to what exactly happened there. Some contact between the two, saw them kind of bumping each other. Shot 11 kind of bumped the 50 just very lightly. Maybe didn't appreciate it as he goes right here and kind of returns favor. Just gets to the back of the 11 machine. Turns a bit sideways. Great save by 11 machine. Good job by the 50 of Jeff Martin to make sure he didn't get into him after that. So good job by both of them there as we're going to continue to go around the track here as Jess Wilson now just dominating out front right now. 2.9 seconds over second place. Jim Ott. And 6.8 seconds over his battle for third here between those two drivers. As nothing really else going on here. We are expecting some pit stops to happen here shortly as pit road window pretty much opened here at this point. So we're kind of expecting something to happen here. As you see, there's the 58 machine of Justin Wilson just very fast. Out to a 3.1 second lead over Jim Mott. So continuing to increase his lead as there's now only 8 cars on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap is a 38 car right there in front of Hilton Young, another 38 machine. So great dominant performance here by Justin Wilson. He did have his money's worth there for some time. He had Chase beat him and was ahead for quite some time. Jeffrey Meyer kind of got a good launch on that restart. Wasn't really able to, it just wasn't really able to close back on him until the weird caution flag came out and all that fun stuff. So right now it looks like nobody is on pit road as of yet. So we're expecting, of course, though, again, to see some guys pit so here shortly. However, they're going to have to try to make it to the end of the race. And so they can make it about 25 laps, I believe, or so. So technically right now, if they pit now, they can make it to the end of the race on fuel. So I don't think that's much of a concern. I think we're going to see some guys pit here around lap 130 just to try to make an even number. At least something I usually like to try to do is there's Jim Mott going around a lap car for Atchison there. As here goes the 40 of Kirk Sager down on the pit road. Number 40 McDonald's Ford Mustang assigned his pit box. Actually, a nice. Oh, no, he had to back up just a bit. I was going to say, I thought he had to back up, but. And there comes 11 of Chase Berry out of third place. He'll fourth of that spot on the pit road. There's Kenneth Sager, who was running in 5th place. He'll come on pit road. Here comes CJ Gates now He'll try to lock down, so down to pace speed. We're going to see if anybody have any other takers. No, just Wilson actually will continue to stay out. Here comes Hilton Young, just on a lap down. He's currently running in 8th in that 38 machine. Jim Ott in 2nd place. The number 3 machine, he'll come down pit road. And with Jeffrey Meyer in 3rd, he'll drop it down, slow down to pace speed. As we're expecting a lot of other guys to try to pit here on the cycle. Everybody else, as we're coming up to just 20 laps to go here. It looks like Jordan Wright will stay out. DJ Mitchell also will stay out here. Justin Wilson, I'm guessing, going to pit right here. Is going to have to, if he wants to keep up on pace. Everybody else, D.D. Willis, he's going to slow it way down here to pace speed. He'll slow, pit road speed, so he'll slow down. And it does not look like anybody is really going to stay out much longer. It looks like there's 38 off pit road, 13 off pit road. As you see, Jordan Wright, he's going to come into his pit box actually here. So the only person to stay out right now, this is 9 machine of DJ Mitzel, but I believe he was actually, he's a lap down, so he's currently still in 7th. He's actually going to pit here, but again, he's a lap down on pace actually, so tough break for him. But the 3rd machine of Jim Ott, but I'm trying to find a race leader here. He seems to be way out in front. Just Justin Wilson actually. Wait a second. Where is Jim Ott? Alright, there is Jim Ott in the number 3 machine. And there is Justin Wilson coming out off the road on the backstretch. So, still a really good sized lead. We have just 20 laps to go here at Kentucky. Everybody can now officially make it on fuel. So, strategy out the window at this point. Unless, of course, we do have a yellow flag. So, 6 cars now on a lead lap as first lap down currently is 88 of Roy Atchison, but I think that might change as it's going to get shuffled out here. It will. So there's the 9 machine, excuse me, of DJ Mitzel. And off pit road, he's going to go 2 laps down. He's currently scored in the 10th position here. And there's Roy Atchison. He's better go 2 laps down. Kirk Sager actually in 6th position behind his brother Kenneth Sager in 5th. He's the last car on a lead lap actually in that 6th position. So, and there you see race leader 58 of Justin Wilson, just dominating out here. He's led 76 laps so far of the 150, so he's actually officially now led half the amount of laps here running tonight. Also won stage 1 and won stage 2, and of course picked up the pole. So doesn't get much better than that, honestly. So he's just gonna try to cruise in pretty much this victory and hope that caution flag does not come out. He's a 3.5 second lead over Jim Ott and a 7.5 second lead over Chase Berry, who's currently scored in 3rd. And there's only 6 cars on the lead lap, so definitely not a huge deal, a big deal for him, honestly. If we look at it as Rogerson right there. There's a 58 machine of of Justin Wilson, if I can speak. There's Jim Ott, the number 3 machine. Number 3 Trinity Chevrolet Camaro. Looks pretty clean also. Not too much damage. Got a little bit of front end damage there, and also a little bit of right side damage actually. But nothing obviously that bad. Just little scratches here and there, little dents. That's a race car for you. So it's a NASCAR stock car for you. There's Chase Berry there, also not damaged looking race car. Pretty good, pretty clean. Got a little rear damage there from when the 50 and him got into it a bit. Made some contact. There's 50 right there of Jeffrey Meyer. Doesn't look, he actually has a scratch on that thing after, even though he made some contact. We're actually going on the gyro cam here with the number 61 machine of Kenneth Sager, as that's where our gyro cam is this weekend. She's kind of struggling right now, trying to just cruise it to the end. Currently in 5th place, so a good top 5 run for him, as I mentioned earlier. All by himself right now, about 5 seconds ahead of his brother Kirk Sager, and a good 10 seconds behind 4th place Jeffrey Meyer. So literally all by himself out here, just kind of logging laps and making it to the end of the finish without trying to tear the car up at all. So Doing a nice job with that number 61 machine. There's the 95 Jordan Wright. I was likely having the best night he wanted. He's currently scored in 11th place, which is actually the last of the starters. He's currently scored 2 laps down. So, the 40 machine into the inside wall. Out of 6th position. The 40 of Kirk Sager. What happened? Look at the LCTV replay here as to see exactly what happened to the 40 machine of Kirk Sager as he's coming through the trial over here on the front stretch. And see exactly what happened here. Just get the wall and spun down low. So maybe black screen, maybe some sort of mechanical failure, something along those lines. Something obviously did not go right for him as he's backing up and running, but he was running in 6th position, and because of this, that knocked him back to 8th. It looks like he's still having issues here, so tough break for him as he was running it really well in 6th place there, and now he's going to fall way back. So now we have 5 cars here on lead lap, but Just Wilson continues to put a spanking on the field out here tonight. Just doing a nice job with the number 58 machine. And just proving that he has what it takes to try to win this championship, as we're officially now this race marked halfway, as it's a 33 race season. We're on race number 17, so like halfway through this race was halfway through the season. So we have officially now passed halfway in the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series Season 1. So it's go time at this point. You guys got to get into the chase on points. There is no winning in. It is all based off of points. Top 13 in points make it in. And currently Just Wilson obviously is in along with many others, but some guys trying to punt the way in. So it's very, very interesting, very cool. And of course, we actually don't have that many different winners this season. We had Jason Barham kick off the season with a win in Daytona. And then we moved on to Atlanta, where I actually don't recall who won Atlanta that race. My apologies for that. I don't recall who actually won that race. But then we moved on to Las Vegas, which was won by the 48 machine there. Stephen Blitch, I'm pretty sure it was, something like that. And then we went on to Phoenix. Jamont won Phoenix. And then came along Justin Wilson, making his first career starter Auto Club, dominating the race, won Auto Club. Then we headed to Texas, where he also managed to win that after completing the cycle. Went to Bristol, and of course, Justin Wilson managed to pick up that win there as well. Went to Richmond, and the 58 machine landed a victory lane. Went to Talladega, the high banks and high speeds of Talladega. Jason Barrett picked up the second Fisher Plate win of the season, and then we went to I want to say it was Dover. I'm not positive on that one. I know we went to Dover, somewhere around there. So Dover was won by, of course, Justin Wilson as well. And we stuck in Charlotte somewhere where, of course, Justin Wilson won. So he's been on a tear ever since. We went to Iowa also. He won Iowa. And then he missed last week at Daytona. No, he didn't miss last week at Daytona. He was actually there. Michigan was in between Iowa and the race before that. So that was won by Jim Mont also. And then we also had Pocono in there before Michigan. So we went Pocono, won by Chase Berry, won and only career win, actually. So congratulations to him, obviously, of course. And we had Michigan was won by Jim Ott. We went on to Iowa, won with Justin Wilson. Last week, Daytona was won by Jeffrey Meyer, his first career win. And now tonight, looks at the 58 machine. Look back at his winning and pretty dominant ways here. As we have just 5 laps to go. Laps are ticking down. This point for caution flag comes out. Doesn't matter. 58 wouldn't really care either way because he's gonna win it either way. Caution flag comes out right now. The race would be over under yellow, and at this point it's pretty much over unless something drastic happens. Right now, he's gonna cruise. He has a 5.7 second lead over Jim Ott in second position. Just really strong car he has tonight. Really good race car driver. Really clean. And obviously putting on a good show here tonight. Won stage 1 from the pole, won stage 2. And is now trying to complete the cycle for so many times this season, ever since he joined an auto club. It's been really strong, and it seems pretty popular on the drivers. Obviously, they're kind of he's kind of their bar that they're trying to set, trying to their goals to try to beat this 58 machine. Is he's week in week out very, very fast, and obviously plate tracks go differently as it's that Super Speedway racing. That's what happens. Even at Super Speedway race, he's always still up there and finishing the top 5. So. Just Wilson, amazing racer driver. Actually clipped the apron right there, coming 7th, it looks like. 3 laps to go, but obviously no need to mess up. That'd be drastic if he ended up spinning that right there. Or something crazy, as he's up to a 5.8 second lead and coming to just 2 laps to go with 5 cars on a lead lap. And there's kind of stage it right there going to turn 1, and there's just Wilson right there on the front stretch on the apron. So 2 laps to go, just 2 more circuits around here for the 50 of Justin Wilson, as he has led 92 laps so far here tonight. As it through turns 3 and 4, one more time around here at Kentucky for Justin Wilson. As he's going to cross the finish line, get the white flag up to a 6-second lead now over Jim Ott. He's going to take one quick lap around here at Kentucky Speedway, 1.5 miles to go en route to yet another victory for this number 58 machine. So dominant season he's had since he joined the series. Race number 4, or excuse me, race number 5. To work his way through 3 and 4. Winner, chicken dinner, number 58, Justin Wilson pick up another win here at Kentucky as we wait for a little while here to wait for Jim Ott to come home in 2nd place. There he goes, across the finish line. Back here, there's Jordan Wright finishing 11th. There's DJ Mitchell finishing 10th. There's Elton Young finishing in 6th, actually. And there's he gets a lot of lap cars here, and there's a mix of cars. But 3rd place, right there, Chase Berry. At 4th place, Jeffrey Meyer. As 5th place, I believe, was 61 here. He is Kenneth Sagert. 6th place goes to Hilton Young here across that finish line. So everybody has now officially finished the race. Is now 58 going to celebrate here and burn them down on the front stretch here at Talladega, at Kentucky here. As he gets ready to do some donuts on the front stretch. He's going to stop the car on the apron. And going to burn him down here at Kentucky for yet another win, and also completing the cycle from the pole. Just such a good run by this 58 team. Mostly unstoppable, so. And you saw the reaction from when Chase Berry won Pocono and was able to beat the 58 team. Such a good feeling, as he knows how dominant this team has been, as everybody knows it. And when you're able to beat the best of the best, it makes you so happy. But Justin definitely ain't making it easy for many of these drivers out here to say that. As he has now officially put the car in victory lane, and we're going to try to get a word in here with our top few finishers. But while we are doing that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're back for a word with the top 3 finishers, and also a look at results top to bottom. So look away, I'll be right back.
The yellow flag is out. Pit road is now open. Keep your eye on those gauges. We'll give you 4 tyres. 3, 2, 1, now. We're done. Get going.
When I was 16 years old, I was working in a Goodyear tire store, and my boss actually built an old dirt car, street stock Monte Carlo. Went with them one night, fell in love with it. It was a hell of a race, hell of a party, and a big fight afterwards. I was like, this is it. This is it for me. It wasn't long after that I was driving an old 78 Camaro out of the weeds at that guy's farm. We pulled that thing out and made a race car out of it, and away we went. You know, I think a driver has more to do with the equation going back and racing dirt, whether it's a modified, a late model. You can do more with the race car. You know, the harder you drive it, a lot of times, the better it goes. You can crawl up on that wheel and feel like you made the difference at the end of the night. Asphalt car, you can't overdrive them. Well, that was the first thing that I had to learn right off the bat is, oh my gosh, I've got to discipline myself, not overdrive this thing, and that's how you get the most out of it. Truth be told, communicating the right information to your crew and your crew chief so they can do their job and make their appropriate adjustments for you to go faster and do your job is probably 90% of the game in our world. I've always loved late models. You know, my dream was to be a late model driver driving for a living across the country like Daryl and Don do that drive for me. I mean, that was, truth be told, that was my dream, you know. I always wanted a semi. I always wanted a stacker trailer with 2 hot rods in it, and let's go racing. Let's take off with your buddies and go race and chase that dream. Never in a million years did I think it would turn into a Cup Series, and I actually have an opportunity to own 2 you know, dirt late model teams. When you think of iRacing, you don't think of a video game. It's not. It's way above and beyond any of that. You know, dirt racing changes so much. The track changes so much. Being able to capture that, to, you know, experience all those details that surround dirt racing and make dirt racing what it is what makes iRacing so cool, because they did nail all of that. I knew when they came to our shop and scanned cars and went to the detail of getting that car right, I knew that it was going to be over the top, because it blew my mind just the work that went into making sure the car itself was legit. This sport has been around a long time. The competition can't be replaced, and that's what brings people back to the racetrack week in and week out.
Welcome back live here to Kentucky Speedway for race number 17, the Atchison Motorsports Xfinity Series. And a little post-race show here. We're going to get an interview with the top few finishers here in just a moment. So starting off here with the interviews. Third place, if you can find him here. Back here in the mess of lap cars. There's the 11 machine of Chase Barron, number 11 Lego Chevrolet Camaro. So I'm going to bring it into the broadcast booth here. Chase Barry, do you have a copy?
Yep.
So yeah, Chase is slated their top 3 much of the night, as you consistently usually run. You had to lead in 4 laps, so you got the lead there for a short bit. Overall, pretty entertaining race at the end there. We saw the field get really spread out, and you in 15 minutes of contact there. A great save by you, and we're to a 3rd place finish. So very up and down night for a lot of guys. A lot of guys led some laps. A lot of guys kind of got shoved into the field. So pretty crazy race overall. Just tell us about what it was like from your point of view.
Yeah, that save was pretty badass. I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty cool. But nah, it's pretty good. I mean, just drove around, rode around, and had some fun. You know, just talking with Justin and having fun.
Yeah, certainly. And you know, you got some stage points there, and obviously with the Chase having to point away in, this race actually marked exactly halfway in the season, out of the February season. So now that we're halfway through the season, and you've had pretty good success, and it seems to be growing for the last few weeks, especially since you got your win at Pocono there. You've kind of been more consistent in the top three. You've kind of challenged Jim and Justin for the top two spots there in much of the races. What are your thoughts looking forward throughout the rest of the season, and as we continue to get closer and closer to the Chase and guys are trying to point the way in? Just like, what are your thoughts on, you know, the other half of the season, and so far how this half of the season's been?
Oh, dang, wrong button. But yeah, it's been fun. I mean, you know, just trying to get better driving, because, you know, I'm still a little wet behind the ears. Just playing. But nah, I'm an idiot. But, nah, I'm just trying to get better being driving, more spatial awareness and stuff. I got a lot of things to work on. So, and the fact that now running tracks for the second time, coming back to them again, it'd be actually, I feel like I'm gonna do better than what I was before.
Yeah, certainly, and we'll appreciate your time, Chase, and congratulations on third, and have a good night.
Will do.
Alrighty, that was your third place finisher here tonight. The number 11 machine of Chase Berry. Pretty crazy night. We're going to try to see here if we can get your second place finisher, Jim Ott, and the number 3 machine. As it does not look like he currently has... it's not like he's in the server right now, so I'm going to try to see if we can get him in here. Trying to see if this is going to work. Well, unfortunately, it's not okay. We're going to actually have... I've just been told that he's not been feeling well, so... we'll not have our second place finish here, Jim Mott, but congratulations on him in second place, and hope he feels better also. But we'll now time to interview your race winner here tonight, Justin Wilson, number 58 machine. Bring the broadcast booth here. Justin Wilson, do you got me?
Yeah, 10-4, buddy. I got you.
So yeah, Justin, pretty dominant and pretty solid run for you. I wouldn't say superbly dominant. You definitely were challenged there by quite a few competitors there, the 50, the 3, the 11, all up there. But a very good race for you. You got the pole, one stage 1, one stage 2, and of course pulled the cycle like you do usually, and led 94 laps here tonight. So very good, solid race for you. And after last week, you just missed out on a win. Obviously, a good motivation if you needed it. Honestly, at this point in the season, but yeah, good race for you. You definitely got challenged there, and then at the end, you just kind of stretched it out to a very big lead, about a 6-second lead there at the end over Jim Mott. So a good run for you. It was a pretty green flag long race. We only had a couple cautions there for actual incidences, and obviously 2 cautions for stages. But let's talk about it from your point of view and how the strategy is working out with the pitting, and especially considering a lot of green flag pit stops.
Oh yeah, green flag. The green flag runs is where I always excel on. Short runs, everybody has all that speed, and a lot of times I couldn't keep up with that speed. I know the 50 on that one run we had, the 50 and the 11, I didn't really have anything for them. It's the long runs is what where I capitalize on. Once we get those really long green flag runs in, is usually when my car comes in, and that's when I just get in a rhythm and go. But I mean, yeah, everybody was running really good. It was a really good race, especially up there in the front between Jim and I. We had a really good battle going. The 50 was there for, I mean, pretty much the whole race. The 11, Chase, he was there too. Man, it was fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah, certainly. And as this race marked exactly actually halfway through the season, since we have a 33 race season, this is the 17th race. Looking now forward at the other half of the season, and which of course includes the Chase towards the end of it. Just what are your thoughts moving on to the other half of the season, and and you know, just trying to prepare for the chase and know what you have to do for the chase. And obviously, you have a lot of speed, and you've shown it. But when it comes down to it, do you feel like you definitely have a good shot at that championship?
I mean, anybody has a shot at it. I mean, once the points reset, and you know, this whole beginning stages, we're all really just learning tracks and each other. So once the time comes, everybody's going to step up their game and be more aggressive. And that's when we'll see who really comes out on top.
Yeah, certainly. And I also want to get thoughts, of course, on next week at New Hampshire. And I'm actually looking forward to it because it's my hometown track. So pretty cool to see the cars there. But what are your thoughts on New Hampshire? It's very different from this track and a pretty unique track overall with flat corners and long straightaways. What are your thoughts about going a little bit of short track racing?
Oh yeah, I like New Hampshire. It's one of my tracks that I circle, you know, on the calendar. Is one of the ones I really like. There's really there's kind of like two grooves, but there's mainly just like 1.5 grooves, so it makes the racing a lot tighter, and it's a lot harder to pass. So track position is really key there, and we have a little bit of speed there. So we'll definitely see what everybody else has.
Yeah, certainly. And any shout-outs want to give here for your win here tonight at Kentucky?
Yeah, just, you know, my teammates, Chase and Jim. I don't know who. I mean, I thought we were teammates, but I don't know who's teammate anyways. But we're all really good friends, and we all enjoy racing here. Shout out to Roy and wife. I know just hearing some stuff going on, so I hope all goes well with that. And you for putting on the show in the evenings, and makes Sunday pretty fun.
Yeah, certainly. And thank you for your time, Justin, and congratulations to Wind. And of course, as always, have a good night.
Yeah, 10-4, bud. Have a good one.
Alrighty, so that was your race winner here tonight from Kentucky Speedway number 58 machine of Justin Wilson, leading 94 laps. And from the pole, actually, winning stage 1 and stage 2, pulling the cycle and winning the race as well. So we'll take a look now at your results, top to bottom here from Kentucky here on this Sunday night. So here we go. Justin Wilson, again, picking up the win, followed by Jim Mott. Pretty good size gap between first and second right there, 6 seconds. Back to third, 11 seconds, Chase Berry. Then you got Jeffrey Meyer and Chase Berry battled there quite hard for quite a long time there. Kenneth Stager at last car on a lead lap. Had a good strong run in that number 61 machine here tonight. Came in 5th place. Helped the first car lap down in 6th. CJ Gates there in 7th. So I had him battling up there with the lead a little bit and hit that wall and spun and wasn't really able to recover from that. Kirk Stager, you saw there, had some weird issues there at the end, towards the end, the last few laps. He was running 6th place before that all happened, but he's going to finish 8th. Last car 1 lap down. Then DJ Mitchell in the number 9 machine is going to finish 9th place, 2 laps down, and we're just running at your top 10. Also 2 laps down, and then run out your field tonight here. Jordan Wright, last car to finish race. He's going to finish 3 laps down in 10th in the number 11th, excuse me, in the number 95 machine. But thank you all tonight for watching tonight's broadcast. As always, make sure to check out on Tuesday, TWR Truck Series returns after an off week. There was this past week. Returns to racing. I'm not 100% sure. I believe the track is Richmond. So we're going to go to Richmond for some short track racing there. And also, I just started a job at MaxB TV as a commentator, so make sure also right after actually TBR Truck Series on Tuesday night, head over to MaxB TV and watch the All Pro Racing All Pro Racing presents Dash for Cash. Go make sure you watch that. I will be commentating that as I did last week actually. Right after, starts around 9:45 to 10 p.m. So make sure you go check that out as well in case you want to, or even run the race if you wish. Top 3 gets cash prizes, so you can always come home with some more money than what you started the night with. So that's pretty fun, and also race in a plate track at the same time. So pretty fun there. Then of course, get you next week here on LCTV at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, my personal hometown track here in Loudon, New Hampshire. It's going to be really fun to broadcast that one. Literally living right down the street from the track and going to the racetrack last weekend. So I look forward to that one, as I look forward to just the race overall. I'm going to see who can pick up the win there, as we've seen a few different winners this season. Obviously, we're going to see if we can stop Justin's dominance, pretty much. And we've seen guys put up a good fight, but can anybody actually pull it off on top? And pretty much chased it at Pocono, so it's going to be pretty exciting there. And yeah, thank you all for watching tonight's broadcast, and LCTV signing off.